Hello, so nice to meet you at this daily motivational meetings. We try to start the day with the right food and empower our soul with the quotes from the world scriptures. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed yet to receive daily great quotes and be in this Billion Happy Life Subscribers Marathon. Let's start reading. Next chapter is vegetarianism. Okay, this is the quintessence of wisdom, not for kill anything. Know this to be the legitimate conclusion from the principle of reciprocity with regard to non-killing. We should choose to injure living beings, whether they move or not, on high, below, on the earth. For this has been called the nirvana, which consists in peace. A true monk should not accept such food and drink as has been especially prepared for him, involving the slaughter of living beings. He should not partake of a meal which contained but a particle of forbidden food. This is the law of him also is rich in control. Wherever he suspects he may not eat, a man who guards his soul and subdue his senses should never ascend to anything killing living beings. This was quote from Jainism. Another quote: without doing injury to living beings, meat cannot be had anywhere, and the killing of living beings is not conducive to heaven. Hence, eating of meat should be avoided. Quote from Hinduism. Another quote: if one is trying to practice meditation is still eating meat, he would be like a man closing his ears and shouting loudly and then asserting that he heard nothing. Pure and earnest monks, when walking a narrow path, never so much as tread on the growing grass beside the path. How can a monk who hope to become a deliverer of others himself be living on the flesh of other sentient being? Pure and earnest monk never wear clothing made of silk, nor boots made of leather, for it involves the taking of life. Neither do they indulge in eating milk or cheese, because thereby they are depriving the young animals of what rightfully belong to them. This was from Buddhism, and the quotes from the Second Coming Messiah teachings: Sun, Moon, animals and vegetables are like an orchestra of love, feeding the universe. When humans beings eat them, they are eating the fruit of love. If at mealtime you eat them with a tearful eye and a loving heart, they will say, "Thank you, because you eat me and assimilate me into your flesh and blood. I am being transformed into elements with which to love God. Please eat me. It is my honor." When you are eating beef, you should think, this piece of meat has come to me as the fruit of love from a cow what was raised from a calf by a loving, caring mother. Eat it with gratitude, making sure that you are aligned with God essential love. Then you will not get sick. Where do the animals and plants come from that compromise your meal? Someone had to ruthlessly cut down various plants. Then you chew them up with your teeth and swallow them. The vegetables in your salad bowl will not protest, however, because they know the universal law and think that they are there to serve a greater purpose. With that attitude, they can thank you for eating them so that you can serve the public purpose. There is a harmony of purpose here. The food on your plate has a certain appreciation of what you live for and is willing to serve your body. That is the only way where can be harmony between you and your food. Otherwise, your food will hate you for eating it and resent it when you love in enjoyment. The key point is that your food accepts you only because it knows you are living for the public purpose. Food will reset the ladder of a greedy person who wants to eat it. If you are not living for the public purpose, then sometimes your food will stage a demonstration against you inside your stomach. Then you get sick and in some cases even die. The theory that lower beings sacrifice themselves is striving to unite with a higher existence seems to correspond to the law of the jungle that the strong devour the weak. Then it is the sin for people to slaughter cows and pigs and eat them. It can be unless they eat those animals in order to live for the sake of God and His love. In this case, it is certainly in accordance with the law of existence. Everything will condone their action, even the animals they slaughter. Plants absorb minerals. Animals eat plants. When a lower creature is eaten by a higher creature, it is elevated to a higher realm of existence. Then, by providing nourishment to human beings, plants, and animals can reach the very nerve cells that can love God. That is the highest ideal for plant or animal. All things are seeking to God's love. By the same token, human beings should be willing and able to sacrifice themselves for the sake of God. The power of love strives to sacrifice. If the love continues to grow, it eventually reaches God's love. A couple loving each other with such a concept in the universe treasure is the universe treasure. The entire universe protects them. Heaven and earth protect them, and all things protect them. Therefore, we human beings, should also learn how to protect the universe. And then let's go further and read from the Happy Modern Homo Sapiens book, Life Stories. As you know, we as humans live by associations and stories. In our time, when we discuss with others, by default, many times we try to cry out all our problems. Same is true for news channels, TV programs, social networks, movies, books, politicians. All of them try to keep us in tension. They try to convince us that the world is full of problems and it will crash today or tomorrow. They invent different stories and conflicts sometimes for no reason, saying, sorry, yesterday world didn't crash, but it will crash for sure today or tomorrow. And this is going on and on nowadays. We understand that TV and social networks and gadgets are supposed to sell advertisement, and therefore they try to keep us up lighting to not turn off them. But the tension state that they keep people lead human to psychological disease and even cancer. After some time, scientists said the machine work very simply nowadays. This machine works simply nowadays. Nowadays, politicians do favors to businessmen who pay them to invent different unnecessary political conflicts, and news channels blow it up, and people who are watching these news stories are led time after time, even unconscious, to lose their minds and even have nervous breakdown, and we go to doctors and pharmacies for new medicine, antidepressants, etc., just so we can cope. Moreover, this is constantly going on and on, keeping this system work, making money and pull up stories. Moreover, it's a pity that all weapons industry businessmen supply people in hotspots of our planet with military weapons and equipment, and together with this system incite military conflicts, and many innocent people die just for the sake of weapons industry to make more money. For example, on social networks and major online offline media companies, there are full teams of psychologists, engineers, and others specialists that are inventing different techniques to keep you occupied there, influencing you lazy part of the brain to not do any active lifestyle that will keep you physically and psychologically healthy, but keep you connected to the social network or TV as long as possible. So we sit for hours and even days doing nothing with the gadget instead of using our creativity to create something good. However, this is supposed to work vice versa. Media is supposed to inspire our creative part of the brain to make people happy, to show good stories and share best practices for life of goodness. Or as everything starts with individual, you should focus with yourself and listen to good, think good, feel and envision good, speak good, do good, and through this process, the world will change accordingly. To live, we will constantly rewrite your stories for good, not only speak goodness, but help others to perfect their stories for good too. Dream really big and plan goodness ahead, even for 1,000+ years, as great plans are compounded from elements same to your life plan. Plan ahead and divide it in periods. Then every year, at the end of the year, as all great people are doing, analyze past year and set up goals for the next year. Envision what you really want to achieve and plan it. By setting up goals for the year, divide them the month and week, how you will fulfill it better. At the end of the month, analyze and plan next month and set up goals accordingly. At the middle of the week, start to plan for next week. Make calls, set up appointments, etc. Dream even bigger in your life and you will achieve great things for sure. If you constantly ask yourself what goodness you will pass on to your descendants and what good value you will bring to humanity, you will always be in the right tune in life and you will attain great achievement as all great people did already in history. Yes, this was very interesting. Quotes from the scriptures. I like this very much, that animals and vegetables are like an orchestra of love feeding the universe. So let's think about, please comment it about, and I have many stories about. I will share it tomorrow. For now, I wish you a great, blessed day. Please don't forget to make also exercise, not just for the mind, reading these scriptures, but for the body, mind and body harmony. Share this video to your friends in this Billion Happy Life Subscribers Marathon. Anytime, contact me for cooperation. Wish you the best. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.